Good morning. I hope your week is off to a great start. Thank you for joining me for the Tuesday Morning Truth. We are going to return to the minor prophets this morning again, today to the little book of Micah, 7 chapters. And I want to point your attention to the last chapter, chapter 7, and verse number 8. The Bible says this: Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. And notice that phrase, when I fall, I shall arise. Now, when we think about fall, we might think about the beautiful season of the year that we're currently in. And it's amazing that the vibrant colors and the cooler weather. I love this time of year. But the fall that's mentioned here in Micah chapter 7 is not beautiful at all. As a matter of fact, it's anything but beautiful. It's speaking of those spiritual falls that happen in the Christian life, those times that we fail, those times that we stumble. And he says here, when I fall, I shall arise. I want to give you some thoughts just very quickly this morning about spiritual falls. Number one, falls are inevitable. He says there, when I fall, not if I fall, when I fall. And this is Micah speaking, a prophet of God. And he's saying, look, there's times when every Christian is going to stumble and fall and fail. We're not perfect. We're just sinners saved by the grace of God. David fell, Abraham fell, Elijah fell, almost every great prophet, man, woman in the Bible, they had times where they struggled. They had seasons where it was difficult and they got discouraged and they messed up. So all of us are going to fall. As a matter of fact, there's a verse in Proverbs 24 and verse 16 says this: the just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again. So everybody, even the just man, has times where he falls. But number two, I want you to consider this, that what you do after the fall is really more important than the fall itself. What you do after the fall is more important than the fall itself. In other words, how you respond to failure in your life. Will you let it destroy you, or will you let it define you? Here, Micah says, when I fall, I shall arise. He was determined. When I fall down, when I mess up, and it's going to happen, I'm not going to stay down. I may be down, but I'm not out. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to move forward. You've probably heard of Paul Harvey. I remember listening to him some as a kid, the rest of the story. And he was such a great speaker, journalist, and radio broadcaster. And somebody said to Paul Harvey, what is the secret to your success? And Paul Harvey responded and said this: when I fall down, I get back up. And just simply put, and that really is, I think, the secret to all of our lives. And success as a Christian is, when you mess up, what are you going to do? Are you going to get back up? I hope that you will. Number three, and most importantly, I believe, the only way to really move forward and get past that failure and that fall is by God's help and God's grace. Here in this verse, it talks about the enemy at the beginning of the verse. Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. So Satan, our enemy, when we fall down, he loves it. He laughs, he rejoices. He hopes that we'll stay down. But at the end of the verse, it talks about the Lord. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. The only way you can get out of that dark place, when you fall, there's a darkness that kind of settles in around us. The only way you can get out of that darkness is through the Lord. He will give you light, and he will give you strength, and he'll give you the power to get back up and to move forward. We need God's help. I remember playing basketball back in high school, and our coach would always encourage us, hey, if you knock somebody down or maybe somebody knocks you down, let's help each other up. It's always so much easier if somebody sticks out a hand and helps us to get back up and gives us that ability. The Lord's mighty hand is reaching out to you. He wants to help you. He's waiting. Would you just take his hand, and would you get back up and get back in the race and move forward and please the Lord? Hey, we all mess up, right? Micah said, when I fall, I shall arise. So maybe this thought this morning is for you, or maybe you can pass it along to somebody else that's going through a difficult time, a time of failure, a time of discouragement. Pass along the thought today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Let's rejoice in the Lord. And I hope to see you tomorrow night for our Wednesday evening Bible study right here at church at 7 p.m. God bless you.